1 week review after applying Turtle Wax Graphene Infused Flex Wax. Did it hold up after just 1 week of driving around in the winter slop? If this is your first time stopping by, I'm happy to let you know that this is the most epic detailing channel on all of YouTube. It's just that only 52 people know about it right now, including my mom. Just kidding, my mom hasn't figured out how to subscribe yet, but we're working on it. If you guys haven't subscribed already, you should totally consider doing so. It's one of the few free things you can get in life, at the expense of someone else's hard work, and help raise their self-esteem. Just throwing it out there, I'm referring to myself. If you guys haven't checked out the last video, you are seriously missing out. If you want to go check out the application process, go give it a gander. If you don't give a shit and you just want to see how it holds up after 1 week, well, go grab some popcorn and enjoy the show. If you can't grab popcorn at the moment because you're currently stuck in the bathroom sitting on the toilet watching YouTube, then that's fine. I won't judge. Anywho, let's wash this car and see how this graphene infused flex wax is holding up. So I like to judge waxes, sealants, etc. on two main factors to determine its strength. Number one, its ability to keep the vehicle clean. Number two, the ability or presence of water beading or water sheeting. This is important because it represents the capability of repelling water, which in turn could reflect its ability to repel dirt, dust, contaminants, etc. This is important because we don't want to clay bar the car and we don't want to buff the car. The goal is always to keep the vehicle spotless. That's the point of any wax or protection, to keep the vehicle nice. So as you guys can see, it looks like the graphene coating is holding up very well. The water beading is up here. You can see it's water beading. The water is being repelled very well, but as we get down here to the bottom, there might be a residue of some salt or some road grime on there from all the snow and slop on the roads. So there's absolutely no water beading at all. So once we wash this, we might find that after removing that residue from the paint, we might actually expose the graphene and it should be holding up pretty well. At least I hope. So we'll wash it and we will find out. Wow, that's pretty crazy. If you look over here, it looks like the dirt, or as driving in the wet winter slop, it kind of has streaked along the front of the bumper here. And the dirt, the streaks of dirt are covering the graphene. So you can see the areas that still have protection on it and don't, or at least is just covered by some residue from the road. So I'm sure once we wash this, once we wash the car, we should see that it, you know, becomes rejuvenated or revived. But yeah, wherever that road grime is, it's completely blocking the paint or blocking the graphene from doing its job. So once we wash it, we should see some good results, hopefully, and find out if it can withstand the Massachusetts winter grime. Now, we all know the tailgate is a common area for filth and dirt and dust to build up. So I do expect, quite a bit of residue on there to be blocking the graphene. I mean, we really don't see any water sheeting or water beading at all. The tailgate is pretty filthy, even though I just rinsed off all the dirt. There is a film on there, so I'm hoping once we wash it, hopefully we can see some results from this graphene after 1 week of driving around in the winter. Now usually the tops of the vehicle stay the most clean, so as you can see it's still holding up very well on the hood. A little bit of dirt there on the front preventing some water beading, but I'm sure once we wash that off we should be good. Alright guys, so just washing it with some good old traditional old-fashioned Meguiar's Gold Class car wash. Very nice designated car soap, works very well, does not strip waxes from my experience. And yeah, we should see some great results from removing this winter grime from the paint and hopefully seeing the graphene performing as it should. The paint is very slick to the touch. You can feel the wash mitt gliding across it pretty easily. This front area here where I showed you the streaking from the dirt and the road grime, it did feel like a little tacky, like a little grippy, as if it was gripping to the wash mitt. But as you massage the soap in and remove that residue, it kind of gains that slickness back. Alright, so the whole front end's been sudsed up, hopefully removing and stripping any type of road grime, salt, sand, dirt, dust from the road off the paint. I'm going to rinse it now and hopefully we will see some good results once this soap is rinsed off. Hopefully the graphene's holding up and is still beading and repelling water as it should. So, not sure how well the camera's picking that up, but from what you can see, it's still water beading. It's still beading water very well. It's also sheeting water very well in some areas, which is fine and probably normal for this coating. As we saw in the application video, it was quite a sheeter. Alright, so guys, the whole car is washed. I removed all of that nasty road grime, winter slop, dirt, sand, you name it. And I gotta say, after 1 week, I am pretty impressed. It did keep the vehicle nice and clean. I don't see any particles anywhere of any contamination that are stuck to the paint. As for water repellency, holds up very well. It held up very well on the hood of the car. As for the doors, looks like it held up very well as well. More of a sheeting effect than beading, but I do think that all of that grime that was on the paint, especially the lower half of these doors, I think it really did have an impact on that. But regardless, sheeting is still a good thing. takes a moment here, but you can see that all of the water is sheeting off. Some areas it's beading. I think that's where it's probably holding up the best. But as it sheets off, it is leaving the door dry. So I do think that's very important to note. The sooner that the paint can dry, the easier it will be to not have water spots left over. Having water beads on the paint is good, but at the same time, when you have water beads sitting on your paint, it could attract dust. So remember, the whole goal here is to keep your vehicle clean. The sooner it can repel water and dry itself off, the easier it will be to keep clean. All right, let's take a look at the tailgate here. As you guys remember earlier, I did note that it was pretty dirty. There was no water beading or sheeting at all. So same results, guys. Very impressed. There was a lot of grime on the back of this car. So after removing all of that dirt, I mean, the graphene is indeed holding up very well. I have seen other waxes fail after 1 week just because of a little bit of dirt on the paint. So I am pleasantly surprised. Yeah, some serious sheeting over here on this back driver's side door. I would like to see more beading, but again, if you take a very close look, see how it just all congregates to the middle and then slowly dissipates off the door? Even though that's a slow removal of water, I mean, look at the top here. We do have water sitting on the door. Over here, it could just be that maybe this graphene is more of a sheeter, which is totally fine with me. It's keeping the paint nice and clean. So I'd say it held up very well for 1 week. There you have it, guys. That's 1 week after applying Turtle Wax Graphene Infused Flex Wax. As you can see from the wash process and removing all of that dirt and grime from the salt and sand on the roads from all this winter mess, maybe it did affect the paint a little bit, maybe it did hinder the results a little bit, but I would say that it's holding up very well, and I can't see why it wouldn't hold up for a couple more weeks or maybe even a couple more months. What do you guys think? Do you think this product is supposed to be a sheeter opposed to a water beater? Do you think that the product is just failing, or is it doing as it should? Let me know what your thoughts are. I want to know what you guys think about this product. Did it fail because of the winter grime that was on the paint, or is it just a sheeter? If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Also comment down below. It lets me know that I'm doing a good job or maybe a bad job, or maybe you'd like to see some more videos. It also helps the algorithm on YouTube so other people just like you can find this video and maybe find it useful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.